Hey everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos. All right, City on Fire, Apple TV's crime drama just wrapped up its first season. And of course, stars one of my faves, Nico Totorella, who stars as William, the frontman of a fictional band called X Post Facto. And guess what? In real life, Nico is going to be making real music. And I'm so excited to be chatting about that. Nico and Bethany also just welcomed a baby. There's so much happening. Nico, how are you?
I'm doing good. There's a lot happening.
A lot happening. I know when I said it all, I was like, you are busy. First off, congrats on the baby. How are you doing? I know, I can only imagine it's gotta be a lot to be a first-time parent.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. I don't really think that there are words even to describe this experience. Everyone that has kids will tell you that like you don't know until you know, right?
Right.
And it has it's changed us already. I am a different person because of it. We have a different relationship. The world is a new place. Perspectives have shifted. Language is evolving. It's everything. It's the best thing that's ever happened to us, and also like scary at times.
I love that one. Listen, congrats. I know it was something that you wanted for a long time and had a long road to it, but so happy that baby is here. So congrats again. Please send Bethany my best.
Thank you. I will, for sure.
Now let's talk about this. Okay, I've known you for a long time. Obviously, very talented actor, filmmaker, many things. And now, I mean, we're gonna be a musician, a singer, which I love because City on Fire, William, like I said in the beginning, is the kind of rock star frontman of this band. And now you sang, for people that maybe don't realize, you actually sang these songs. Now this is available and you're like, you know what? I kind of like this singing thing. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna make an EP. How cool is that?
It's unbelievable. Music has always been such an important part of my life. I grew up on stage singing and dancing in Chicago. I taught myself how to play guitar in middle school and like maybe wrote a song and a half. But I never considered it as something that I could do full time. And just the nature of my career and the ways in which it's worked out, I have been able to explore it in a way that feels really true to who I am. City on Fire allowed me the opportunity to be in a recording studio and experience the art of crafting a song from beginning to end. And it was the first time I've really spent time in a booth like that. And especially in television, we don't have time. Time is not on our side while shooting television. We're constantly chasing the clock. There's no real space to like develop the character on the back end of things, and you get like one or two takes per scene, right? But in the music studio, I was able to like really sit with William and find his voice and explore parts of this character that I've never been able to do before. And I fell in love with the process wholeheartedly. And the producer, this dude, Abe Seyfirth, who has his own studio in Brooklyn, and jokingly towards the end of the season, half jokingly, I was like, I don't want to leave. Can we just start making music? And he gave me permission in a way that has just been unbelievable. The support that I've got from him. And I've been in the studio pretty much full time since we wrapped last August. I've written like 35 plus songs.
Wow.
The sound has changed drastically from where I started. And I think I landed on something that feels like me. Discovering your sound is and your sonic exposure is such an interesting thing. And finding this outlet as an adult, especially while experiencing the birth of my child, has been the greatest gift that this industry, and especially City on Fire, has given me. I'm really pumped about it. We will get an album this year for sure. I have realized very quickly navigating a music industry is even more manic than film and television. but I set out to make music that was for my family first. A lot of the songs are about creation and life and relationships and bringing a baby into the world and creating life at a time when life is the most fragile. And I wrote a song in Spanish that was like specifically made for the birth, that wound up like blasting through the house for 9 hours while we were birthing.
Wow.
And it's so much more than, it was very apparent from the beginning that the music that I was creating was so much more than putting it out in the world for some sort of like accolade. That's not what it's about at all. It was for this first, and if people get down with it, cool. I'm not like relying on it to be this huge thing in my life or my career. It's the realest, most authentic art that I've created, and I'm excited for people to experience it.
I can't wait to hear it. With William, this character in City on Fire, I know queer storylines are obviously so important to you, but when you, with William, I could imagine you read the script and then you were like, okay, this is a great story, I want to be a part of it. But then they're like, guess what? You're gonna have to sing. Were you kind of like, wait a second, like this is a new journey? Like, I mean, that's kind of, I would be really scared if someone said this, you got to sing now.
No, I was very excited about it. I had a meeting with Josh and Stephanie months before we started filming, and they like hinted at the idea of it being a possibility.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the singing, it was visual art, it was exploring addiction in a very real way. And, this biracial queer relationship in the early 2000s, like it was this layered character. And I was almost more apprehensive about the addiction stuff than I was the singing stuff. Like I knew I can sing. I've always known I can get down, and this was an opportunity to like explore it in a way. But I didn't know I was going to be singing as much until after I did the first song. They set up some time for me to go into a studio, not knowing it was kind of like an audition for me. I had no idea, to see whether or not I was going to sing all of the songs on the album. And apparently I crushed it, because I got a call afterwards that they were writing more music for me to sing. And it was really a dream come true, for real.
I love that. Now, for anyone, that maybe hasn't seen the full, I don't want to spoil too much because the finale just happened, but the good thing is the whole season is out now, so people can watch it. Tell us a little bit about what people that may just be stumbling upon it, because maybe they're like, oh wait, I love Nico from Younger, or The Walking, so many things. It's really interesting. It's a crime drama, like you said, set in the early 2000s, but give us a little preview of what, we can expect if someone just wants to binge the whole season right now.
Yeah, it's definitely bingeable. I mean, I think the way that the show is set up, each episode kind of gives you this cliffhanger, and it's your classic whodunit set in New York City from creators Josh Schwartz and Stephanie Savage, who brought you Gossip Girl and The OC and other amazing shows. So it definitely totally fits into their world. And this is just like a more elevated Apple version of that. There are lots of different characters. This is definitely an ensemble piece. If some incredible actors, you got Jemima Kirk and John Cameron Mitchell, and it's just a dynamic storyline that moves at the right pace, and I'm really proud of it. It's set like early 2000s New York City, post 9/11. It's a fucking cool show.
It is. I know it's based on a story from 2015. But have you thought about like, do you want another season? Or what do you think? Or do we know? Like, I would love to, because sometimes, when things are already like based on something, it's like, where does it go? But then you never know.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much got through the whole book in terms of stories. It's a totally different story than Garth's version. Josh and Stephanie took that story, adapted it to somewhat more modern times. I know that there are ideas for future stories. I mean, just the way the season ends, without giving much away, like there's still some information to be had, right? Would I want another series? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I got to stay home in New York and work, which has always been wonderful. Um, I think there's more story to be told. If it happens, awesome. If it doesn't, like, let's go. What's next?
Well, I love that. Nico, I mean, so happy for you. I just reminder everyone, City on Fire, the soundtrack is also available now, and the entire season is available on Apple TV Plus. And then he told us an EP is coming this year at some point. We're super excited.
It may even be a full album. It may not just
full
be
album, yes.
Forget,
not just the 35 songs, that's right. But congrats again. Great to catch up with you. Yeah, and check out City on Fire, everyone. And Nico, I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Anthony.